How's it going, guys? So today let's talk about Wreck-It Ralph before I go see Ralph Breaks the Internet, which came out a couple days ago, but since it was Thanksgiving, I've been really busy, and I haven't had a chance to see the new Wreck-It Ralph movie. Now, starting out with Wreck-It Ralph, I'd say that this is probably the best video game movie ever made. Like, I don't know what would even be in competition with this, honestly. Like, there's things that I like out of enjoyment, like the new Tomb Raider that just came out this last year. I thought was really fun. Or Final Fantasy VII Advent Children is a great video game, like a movie sequel to the Final Fantasy VII video game. But as a video game movie, I feel like Wreck-It Ralph, while it has some problems, of course, like any movie, I think it's the best example of a video game movie ever made. Like I can't think of one that has gotten as much praise as Wreck-It Ralph. And I really enjoy Wreck-It Ralph too. I thought it was fun as well. Wreck-It Ralph is such a great character, like a fun character, and I love his relationship with everybody in the movie. And it's the story of Ralph not wanting to be the bad guy, which is very cliched, but I thought that in this iteration of that trope, I thought that they did a good job of that, and I thought John C. Reilly brought a lot of humanity to the character, and I thought he really made you feel sympathy for Ralph. And I thought that the way that Ralph is integrated into the game, where it's called Fix-It Felix, but Wreck-It Ralph comes out to try to wreck the house, and then Felix fixes it. It shows just how his job is not something he wants. He doesn't want to be the bad guy anymore. He doesn't want to be the person who gets made fun of or messed with, or who falls in the mud every time in the game whenever the kid plays the game on the arcade machine. Like, I don't know, again, John C. Reilly gives such a really human performance as, like, voice performance. It's not even actually him on the movie, it's just his voice. This is an animated movie, but he truly does give this movie heart and soul, and he really is moving. I think he really does work incredibly well in this movie. And I liked how they go inside different gaming worlds where, like, it's not the same thing. And I love the fact that this movie has a lot of video game cameos, like, say, Sonic or Bowser. They mention Mario. They have a lot, and like, characters from Street Fighter. They have all these references to video games, but I love the fact that they're just cameos. They're not important to the plot. There's never a time in the movie where they go, like in the third act of the movie, they don't just go, hey, we need to bring Sonic or Mario in and have them fight with Ralph. That doesn't happen. It's literally about Ralph and Vanellope, these two characters who form a relationship because they're both different, and they both have they gain this friendship because she's just a little girl, Vanellope, and Ralph is just wanting to get a medal. He wants to get a medal to prove that is actually worth something. He thinks that he's not. So I think that those two characters are really very well done, just how they interact and how they build in the movie with their relationship. Their friendship is really good. And I like how this movie is also really funny too. For example, whenever Ralph's getting the root beer at the Tapper game, it shows the bartender goes, hey, I'll be right back, and then it shows the outward shot of the Tapper arcade game, like him doing that, like swishing around, giving beer to everybody in 2D, but I thought that was a great joke. And this has a lot of funny jokes, like, for example, Calhoun, the girl from the Call of Duty ripoff game, Heroes Duty. She is this badass woman who, it's funny but it's not funny because her character loses her husband, but they make it funny in a way because they describe how she loses her husband, and they even say, like, a literal line from the movie where they say she has the most tragic backstory ever written, where, like, she's getting married and then an alien comes in and kills the husband and she shoots the alien. But it's funny, and especially because of the voice actors. The voice cast in this movie is really, really incredible. I thought, again, John C. Reilly gives so much humanity to this character. Sarah Silverman gives a great job as Vanellope, and Sarah Silverman, I don't know, she's one of those people where she's really horrible sometimes, but like she gives a lot of heart and soul in this as well. Like her and Ralph's connection is really good. I really love that a lot. And then Jack McBriar's Fix-It Felix, he's pretty funny too. And Calhoun is Jane Lynch. Jane Lynch is always funny. I love her in this movie as well. And Alan Tudyk is the King Candy guy, who's the villain at the end. I thought that was great. And I thought his reveal was great whenever you realize he's the old racer. And then Mindy Kaling plays like one of the girls in the Sugar Rush game. Like one of the side girls who's like mean to Vanellope. But I just thought that this voice cast, everybody involved was really, really great. And they all gave such unique, in terms of like all this cast together, they all stand out. Like Ralph gives you feel such sympathy for Ralph. You feel so much humor with Calhoun and Felix. And you feel so much with Ralph and Vanellope. And Alan Tudyk, like I wouldn't have known that was Alan Tudyk until I saw that online, but that it was him. But now I could see it, but I wouldn't have noticed that at first, that was Alan Tudyk playing the voice of King Candy. Like I thought that was just he does a good job as the voice in this movie. And I love how this movie, again, has a lot of heart and soul to it. The moment where you realize that Vanellope is a glitch, and King Candy like tells Ralph like, if you have her become a player, like she could glitch out the system, and then that means that it could get shut down. The arcade game can be shut down, and then whenever everybody has to leave, Vanellope will be stuck there. She can't leave this game because she's a glitch. But then you realize later that King Candy is that racer who had that tragic thing where like he's been gone, but like he's disguised as King Candy, and he took Vanellope and made her into a glitch. And I like how that connects to the villain. I like how it gives a lot of sad, like good emotional moments with Vanellope, and how all she wants is, again, like Ralph, to be wanted, to be something. She wants to be a racer. And that great moment where like it's really sad whenever Ralph breaks her car after that they make themselves, after King Candy lies to him and says that she'll not be able to leave, she's a glitch, even though he did it himself. That scene where Vanellope's bike gets destroyed, like that, Ralph destroys it, that's a great moment. That's really sad, really touching. You really felt for like how that built up to that. And it does have the third act like I don't want to talk to you anymore thing, but I thought it worked great. Because, again, like I just thought they did a great job of building up these characters. They're all really likable in their performances. And the final act is really fun and really cool. Like I like how the Sugar Rush game gets invaded by aliens, and like it's a mishmash of both something cutesy and something adult. Like I think that's really fun and really inventive. So I really like the climax, and then King Candy becomes like part alien. Like that's cool. And then whenever they defeat him, I like how the last few minutes of the movie wrap up really well and really are touching. Where like Vanellope is not a glitch anymore, and you realize she's a princess, and like she's a princess of the Sugar Rush game, and you realize that she becomes a player, and Ralph is happy with what he's doing, and everybody treats him better. But I love that final line where Ralph just it's like monologue where like you see Ralph just being lifted up like they're gonna throw him off the building in the game, and he says like in monologue like, whenever I look over I can see Vanellope in the screen over there for Sugar Rush, and if she could see how good of a guy I am, how bad could I be? And it just ends on that, and it's just a really great emotional moment. Like it's a great way to fully establish these characters and how they're really likable and really, like, you feel so much for them, and they're just so fun. So I really did love this movie rewatching. I thought it was great and really entertaining. I thought these characters were likable. I thought they had some great funny moments, some great genuine emotional moments. I thought the performances were great. I thought the animation, of course, is beautiful. I love how they didn't make these these video game characters like big like Sonic or Mario become like characters that are important in the movie. They're just there for cameos. Like Mario's not even shown; he's just mentioned by name. But like, I love how they did that. They didn't have to rely on cheap cameos. Like, oh, here's Sonic. Like he's gonna be part of the ending. You just see him like in a scene in the movie. So I like that a lot. So overall, rewatching Wreck-It Ralph, I really did love it and enjoy it, and I can't wait to watch Wreck-It Ralph 2. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned, and I will review Wreck-It Ralph 2 soon.